Welcome to moneyHOP Q&A session. Today we are featuring Sandhya Murali. She is pursuing her masters from University of East London. She is a specialist in intensity care. She advocates for children mental health. So today she is going to bring a lot of perspectives to the table, and it's about settling in London. So this video is going to be incredibly helpful for students who are planning to relocate to London. And let's get started. Welcome to the session. Since you are a psychology student, our conversation would be more steered in that direction.
Mm,
So, moving abroad is a great move, right, for any student, like a totally new place,
mm.
totally new people. So, you are also you know very well about mental health. So, how did you adjust to the new atmosphere, new climate, and or like how your knowledge about mental health helped eased it or made you accept faster when compared to others? So can you shed some light because it will really help the students who are now coming abroad?
Yeah, thank you for this invitation, Vishnu. And moreover, to address your question, I would say that we are not ready for to get this cultural shock from all these. I mean, to travel over here and coping up with people. I mean, they're just humans. We are not just. I mean, to read people minds once we land to London and we think it is fine, but no, the things are going to be very, very to say honestly, it could be good, but the most challenging part is adjusting to the environment and adjusting to the people. They are not like we are not gonna be like okay, they're everywhere British, and no, that's not the case. It's just we would say it's a unity in diversity, just like India. All are Indians, Bangladeshis, Malaysians, and I would say that it's a combination. So it takes a lot of time for us to segregate what's going on within us, actually. That's what would be the first thing. And one most thing that people are, I mean, many people would have talked about the exchange rates and blah blah blah, so many things, but none of the people have talked about loneliness. Seriously, this is the most spreading disease in London. Lonely, feeling lonely. You wouldn't feel lonely in India. Even if you are left your room, you will be doing your job, you'll be doing something, you'll be occupied. But over here, it is, I don't know what exactly the reason is, because you feel very lonely. You're not able to come out, you're not able to talk, you're not able to know, you don't even know what's going on within you. That's the first most case. You have to identify what's wrong with yourself. You say that I'm not feeling addressed by any people, or I'm not, none of them is checking on me, I don't have any friends. You have friends, but they would be doing their own job. And this is the first disease that comes when moving to a totally a different place. And being a psychology student doesn't mean that I know everything, I can handle everything. Or I think the most dumbest question that people will ask a psychology question is like, oh, you're a psychology student. You can read my mind, right? No, that's not the case, dude. No, that's not the case. That's the question I get often asked. Like, okay, you can read your mind. You can read. I'm not a vampire over here to read all your mind and tell what's going on in your mind. No, that's not the case. And it is really so awkward that even as a psychology student, we have to go through a lot of things that at least we will try to understand people's behavior. That's what it is. We will be understanding, okay, this person is behaving so and so because he is undergoing something else. So we'll just analyze and process. And I think that I would just suggest students to uh, have a good time management and don't think that you're left alone. You can always reach out to your university whenever you feel like you can talk about anything that's going on that's disturbing your mind. There is well-being team as well, and especially in University of East London we have well-being team. They will give free counseling sessions, eight counseling sessions as well. So that would be very supportive for the students as well. So always reach out. It's not like you are alone in this, and definitely you're gonna be left with a lot of things to be addressed, but one at a time would be fine, I guess. I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it was insightful. Now, coming on to the second question. So, obviously, like whether it's in India or abroad, academic pressure would be there.
Yeah.
And when you are abroad, like the pressure is, I think it's more because you also have to go for, like many students go for part-time jobs and all.
Yeah.
So, give some tips for students like the students who are obviously planning to come to London or like to
Mhm.
London to
Mhm.
balance it. So can you give some tips like how to be mentally sound, like even though juggling between part-time jobs, academics, and all, how to be more like sound like obviously like one will be stressed. I feel so like because I never
Yeah.
did part-time job when I was studying, but I can
Yeah.
imagine like doing a part-time job as well as studies is going to be tough. It would take a lot of time. You need a lot of mental capacity to do it. So can you give some tips for students like aspiring students?
I mean, that's a very good question, but I would say that I'm still figuring out, to say honestly. And to put it in a simple way, if a student is coming from September intake, or that would be easy for him to find a job, I would say, if it is a September intake. And people, I think there is a myth over here. I don't know, like, I feel it's a myth. It's completely my opinion over here. If you're a girl, it's easy for you to get a job, and if you're a boy, it's really hard to get a job. That's not the case. That is not the case over here. So this is a myth. If you're skilled and if you're able to communicate well, then I think that you will be able to get a part-time job. And moreover, to I mean, it's all about the time management over here, because there is nothing more like it's gonna be hard anywhere. Even if it is in India or even if it is in London, you got to manage time. And we are gonna work with humans, and you should be able to read people's mind as well. It's not a psychology thing, but still, you can understand what the person's intentions are. If a person is approaching you, he's not gonna be like, okay, I'm a good person. I'm gonna do good deeds for everyone. No, he's expecting something in return. Nothing is free in this world. It's gonna be like whatever you call it as a barter system or help to help, give and take, whatever you give the names. People come with intentions. They don't come with like it's not like a good intention thing, but still make sure we should make sure that, okay, if this person is approaching so and so with an headlines of free tax, then please have a red alert with yourself that, okay, that's gonna be something, it's gonna cost you something. So that's the first tip I would say. And moreover, don't trust easily. That's what I would say. It's like we are very, I mean, we are so innocent and very soul-hearted persons, especially like when we are coming, we have a lot of expectations to explore London when we are coming. I mean, the initial stages. We wanted to be like that. We have to be the posh girl or the guy, dress in a certain way. We have to travel a lot, and these are the mindsets that would be with any ordinary student. I would just give you a simple reality. That's fine. You're gonna enjoy. Yes, that's definitely worth whatever you are thinking is gonna happen. But you should make sure you build the steps towards it. It's not like randomly, okay, today I'm gonna visit there. No, that's not the case. Save, invest, and then go for it, plan for it, even if it is a trip. I mean, if you are planning for a trip, make sure that you are going with the right persons, because when you travel with the right person, it's going to be a great memory. But if you're going to take something with you, which is the negative side, no, it's waste of money, time, and the travel costs. Everything is done over there. So yeah, you must know more about financial management, I would say. And no, people are not much aware of it. I could see that people can, this is the market where people can earn easily. Anything can be, whatever you put is going to be multiply like anything, and you're going to earn, but you don't know how conservative, and you don't know the formulas, how to be, or the most, what to say, business literacy or whatever it is. They don't know the fact. And just for the students, if I put it in a narrow down for students, I would say, like, don't commit yourself like fully for the part time. You have come here for studying, so make sure that it's 25 hours or 20 hours. That's only for the part time. And reminding us, you should be practicing some mindfulness. Make sure that you give some time, allocate some time for the studies, assignments. It's going to be an academic pressure. I know that you have a deadline to submit within this month end or something, but it's always in the hand. Like if you're in the class attentive and listening to whatever the lectures are saying, that's all enough. You don't need someone's assistance to do your job. It's completely fine, because the academics is a very, they're spoon feeding here over as well. They are very much simple to follow the guidelines and everything. But people don't do it. People are not present inside the class, and they're just focused on something else. And I don't see the seriousness over there. They're very lethargic. They come over here and they chill. People are not, I couldn't find for none of I mean, most of my friends are not in the class, to say honestly. They're just enjoying. I know it's enjoying it a bit, but still, we have our assignments deadline, but they're not much serious about it. And at the last moment, the topper is being addressed, just like in India. What exactly did the class has gone through? And the topper has to do all the assignments, and this is the case. Reality would be, this is the reality. Always the topper is being nagged with a lot of work because they miss their classes. So it's just you have to make sure that you have the right circle, right person beside you. So there is always one person in the group like telling, oh, London, okay, it's gonna be negative, it's always depressive, and the weather is always moody. No, it's all in the perspective that you take. If you want to talk about it, yes, it is gonna be depressive. It's all how you take up, how you show up yourself. You must have the willpower to say that, okay, I can do my job myself. I don't need anyone. I don't need a substitute to put myself to do my job. So actually, this is even in part time, people are ready to push the job. I mean, typically it's not your job, but they would make you do their job. So it's easy. They're after all human beings. They want their job to be pushed with someone else. So this is what can happen. So even in class, part-time, everywhere, we are dealing with human beings. So make sure that you are reading people's intention, whatever it is. And it's just easy. Once you're left out in this market, you would know exactly what people are trying to teach you. And yeah, it might take a long time for a few people, but it's worth it. Yeah.
Okay, so coming to the third question, you told about financial management. So, can you give some tips for students, like how can they manage their living expense effectively? Like how to take care of an unseen expense. So, can you give some
Okay.
tips on it?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So to say honestly, it's 50-30-30 rule. That's what I follow. So 50 for the basic needs, example like food and everything, rent, all those things, the 50%. And 30-30 is like to save and invest, and 30 is for emergency purposes. You have to save in certain way and spend in certain way. So it is not like, see, I know you're gonna earn money once you're coming and you have settled with your part time and everything. You're gonna earn abundance of money where you wouldn't have earned in India back there. You wouldn't have seen that much money in your account. But people would give you that much money because you put so much of hard work. It's not just a work. It's like physical, mental, everything has to go through. Because you're gonna take people's words. Those words are not like, it's gonna be in your mind, it's gonna scar you down. So you have to be very much strong about, you have to mentally be strong to face those people with so much of emotions and anger. If a person is coming up to me with so much of an anger of what not I have not done, but it would be a simple thing, but he's letting it out on me. So I would be like very calm. I couldn't go there and say, like, just like in a big boss house, calm down, everything. That is not the case out there. I cannot go and put the badge called calm down, dude, and nothing would be fine. I mean, I cannot say that. He would be I mean, to say he would be very furious about it, and he would be talking back more words to me. So instead of it, make sure that like you know it and address his feelings, like telling like, okay, uh what I practice is I would just tell him like, okay, see, I know I can understand you, this so and so is wrong, can we fix it? It will be like we conversation, it would be not, I'm not gonna point him, it would be like, can we fix it, can we have some time to talk about it, can we? So it's never like pointing out him and telling like, okay, you did it, can you calm down? It's not like I don't put up blunt words. So first, I manage things with the part time. So whenever the money comes about the financial thing, I already told you it's gonna cost you a per month. If I talk about per month of expenses, it's going to cost you around, I would give, it depends upon the places that you live. If you're living in a central London, it would cost you around 950 pounds or something, approximately, if you're taking a single room or something. So that would be the case. And if you're living in somewhere in the east or the west, so if you're living in the east, then if you're not taking any, if you're taking a single room, then it would be around costing around 400 to 500 pounds. So that's the case. If you're sharing, that would be even, you can less down the cost to 400 from 350. So almost everything is managed with the rent now. When it comes to groceries, I don't think people here cook. People are very lazy. People are lazy. If you see in the grocery stores, you would see peeled pomegranates. You would see chopped vegetables. You would see boiled rice. You will see something, everything is ready made, everything is an instant. So do you think it's healthy? I mean, I'm from a family background where outside food is really strictly prohibited. But over here, coming over and seeing all the cons is even the basic thing. Even there is a chopped mixed vegetables where you can just buy that and add it to your rice and just quick go. That's it. I don't know what nutritions you're gonna get from that. And trust me, people live by taking additional tablets, like additional nutritional tablets, and that's going on like super duper fast. Even I was advised to take about those tablets because it's vitamin D, since we don't have much of the sun and everything. So we have to take vitamin D. So supplements are being, I mean, instead of food, you think about the fact that we are taking supplements. Instead of food, we are taking supplements. It's being replaced. So these are the things that you have in your hand as a financial drop down, that you have to spend so much. Because your first priority should be your health, mental health, and everything. So when you're not feeded, the energy is not gone in the right way, you are gonna collapse anyway. The system is gonna collapse completely. So now you cannot even think properly, and you would act in a weird way. To say honestly, when you just land, I don't know how many people have experienced this, but you will feel a brain fog. You won't know, you cannot think properly for the first 2 days, and you, it's, is it because of the excitement that you have landed in London, or you have just traveled, you have taken the flight that you were dreaming for the past 10 years? I don't know what's going on, but this is what will be there, and this is the reality. And next would be, these are the things that you could have as a tip. Always have a bank account over here for 50% for the expenses. And if you're gonna plan to buy something very luxurious, or to say honestly, for example, some kind of headphones. I don't want to reveal the brand names, but just headphones or something, a gadget that you want to buy, and you're being decided to buy that. Uh, don't get influenced just because your friend is buying it. It's nothing. Everything here is like, you shouldn't get, you will be get easily motivated, you will get easily influenced by people. Like, if my friend is using, okay, I'm also gonna use it. It's just like a thing like over here. And one behavior people cope up over here after coming over here is like the fake accent. Seriously. It's not necessary. It is not necessary to have a fake accent. It's okay if you're gonna talk with a British and to understand. Yes, fine. And one more thing is very toxic is vaping. People are exposed to vaping. I hope, should I explain what vaping is?
Yes, yes, you can, you can.
It's like it's just an e-cigarette, and
Yes, yes.
people are here like exposed to. They don't smoke. They don't smoke in India, back in India, but after coming over here, they see that okay, I'm stressed, dude. I'm stressed. I want to drink something. It's because the alcohol here is so fine and everything. So they want to drink. They want to vape, and they want to booze in a certain way, and I'm not telling like I'm opposing, but you're exposed to something just because your friend so and so is doing, so I have to do it as well. That is not the right way. If you really want to do it, yes, do it, but don't get influenced by others. So these are the behaviors that comes down to I mean, we catch up easily, and I don't think students are much they don't have that bulletproof mindset to not get distracted from what's the main purpose and objective of you coming over to London, to upgrade in your life, right? To satisfy what of the goals that you had. You completely drive away from the goals, and it's completely like you don't know. I mean, remember a 21-year-old boy coming over here and getting exposed to all the things, with and they think that they are independent and they don't have anyone to nag, because parents are they're not they're out of parents reach. They can do anything. So that kind of independency will makes them go to wrong routes, I would say. And these are the things that students has to be taken care of. And there are so many scams with the rent as well. Yeah, people get, I mean, I've heard stories like people pay from India and they come over here and see a box room which is actually a box. Yes, just a bed, that's it. And they pay around 950 for that, and they charge the food and everything for cooking and everything. They will charge extra. So don't get scammed. There are so many apps over here. You can come over here and just book a hotel or something for 1 week, and then you can start searching for it. You will obviously get it. But don't get scammed by booking from India and making it like it's very worst case scenarios, I would say. And these financial expenses has to be managed in this way. As I answered, it's 50-30-30 rule. It's always like if you're going to plan something, plan ahead, and groceries would cost you around £100 for a month, or it'll be coming for, if you're a single person, it depends upon the appetite that you're going to eat. So that's fine. And other things that I would say, like, yeah, travel expenses would cost you more over here, actually, because here I think that you would have come across the Oyster cards and everything, where we tap for that. We can recharge that card and tap even if you're getting on the bus, trains, or everywhere. So each and every time we have passes for it, like you can take a pass for £136, or I don't know, but I don't know exactly. I've heard, but I don't take that pass because I don't travel much. My uni is nearby. So the one day travel that I do is for my part-time. So I would just make sure that I recharge it around £10, £15 as per my need. So these are the expenses that cost you over here, like financial, rent, and food, travel. What else? If it is a bigger expense, I would say that you're gonna travel somewhere like beyond London, or somewhere that you have been decided, like you want to travel and have a nice view. Then I think that you need some around say like 200 pounds or something like that to travel and invest. That's it. So it's all about the experience, I would say.
Oh, pretty much well explained everything.
Yeah.
Coming over to the final question. As you are pursuing masters in psychology,
Mhm.
what's the scope over there? Like most of the students come abroad to UK, everywhere to settle over there after education. So how well is it going? Like psychology, the trend, the opportunities, is it as high as ever, or are there any changes that's happening because of the advent of AI? So how it's going?
Actually, pretty much, I would say that's a very interesting question to be answered because I would say that AI is helping us to say honestly, like with psychology fact. And have you come across the recent reel over there? Like when in ChatGPT, if you put some all the goals and everything, it would give you some prompts how to reach your goal. Actually, that was a great prompt, and it's breaking down the steps for you to follow each day so that you reach the goal by end of 2025 or whatever it is. So it's AI is being helpful for psychology students a lot because though it cannot be very much accurate because we see the cues, and if a person is standing in a certain way, if a person is looking at you in a certain way, if a person is having, I mean, the emotions are being captured by human brain but not with AI, right? So we need obviously psychology students to address the situation in a more appropriate way. And I would just suggest like if you're taking pursuing psychology in London, yes, of course, that's a great go because it's gonna be because this is what London needs. And I would say, as I told you, this is a new disease. It's not a new disease. It's a long-lasting disease for each and every human being. That's loneliness. You cannot live with yourself. That's the case over here. It's okay to see in India if it is you want to be left alone because your privacy you don't give. I mean, people don't matter much about the privacy word, I guess. Well, especially with Asian parents, like they wanted to intrude each and everything, what you're doing, how is going. So it's always some eyes are on us. But here you're being left alone in a room where you have to manage your own chores, finance as well, stress. If someone is giving you a bad comment and it's criticizing you, you should know how to take that criticism. You should know, uh, even if it is a personal life, let us take it as an if someone is rejecting you, you don't know how to take the rejection. Seriously, you don't know how to. If someone says no to you, you don't know. You have to grieve because you were expecting, you're having your hopes high for that person to be your partner. Now, like it's like you don't know. You have imagined the whole future with him, and now he's not there. Now you know how to take up the rejection, how to go through that grievance, how to address those emotions, and people are not aware about it. People think that, okay, now let me try again, and they mess things around. And I would say that here, we need a relationship coach over here to say honestly, because people mess things around very easily. And here they give so many terms for love. And I would say that there are so many, for example, one thing we learned is situationship. That's what we have been talked about even in India. I mean, even in India, it has been providing a lot, you know about it. And there are most ships over here as well, not just situation ships. There are most n number of ships. I don't want to name that. People are not ready to have a commitment to themselves in the first place. First, address you, know who you are. What is your purpose? What is the sufferings that you want to go through? I mean, whom are you? I mean, what's exactly your purpose of suffering? You're not gonna address all these things. There's no point of coming over here in London. Just know the intentions of yourself in the first place. If you can live with yourself, I mean, cope up with all the loneliness that you're going through, you can handle yourself, then come over here. That's what I would suggest for the future students because not knowing anything, it's okay if you are coming blank, but at least be able to know what's going within you. You can handle. Don't be crying after coming over here, like, okay, nobody's giving attention to me, nobody's talking to me. No, that isn't the case over here. People don't know how to manage themselves in the first place, and they give themselves as a there are so many words to put in to say honestly, like you cannot address the situation in a better way. You need a psychology student support or a psychologist support in order to address yourself and put everything aligned, you need psychology. And if you're taking psychology, that would be the best situation. I mean, best option. I would say there are so many best options, but still, that's gonna be you're investing in yourself, so you know how to address anything now. I mean, good business people know how to read people's mind. Let's come back to that myth. Yes, let's say I would just simply say, if someone's gonna ask me, "Oh, you're a psychology student. You can read people's mind." Yes, of course, I can read what you're thinking right now. That would freak them out, and I would just end with that. Yeah.
Thanks. It was a very insightful session. So, it's over. Thanks a lot for sharing insights.